Hi everyone, welcome aboard Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not, neither's this bloke. This is panzerquack from GameCon running around in his LTTB, the Tier 8 Russian light tank. The LTTB used to be at Tier 7, but now it's lucky enough to be at Tier 8. It's just been invited to a dynamic platoon in this game in Sand River. This is from patch 919 as opposed to 919.1. And of course he's on a mission to get shitloads of spotting damage. Not sure if he does that in this Tier 10 game, but he's getting nice and aggressive on the southern flank of Fisherman's Boat. So he wasn't hit then, he damaged his own track, which is happens. I suppose it's a Tier 8 light tank. It's got not a bad gun, 180 average damage, 170 penetration, which is not a lot when you consider it comes up against Tier 10 vehicles. 216 penetration with APCR rounds, which is again not much at all considering it comes up against Tier 10s. But in this game, panzerquack is a Tier 8 tank in a Tier 10 game with the new and improved matchmaker. 7 Tier 8 tanks, 2, 3, 4, 5 Tier 9 tanks and 3 Tier 10 tanks. In this battle on Sand River, you can see on the mini-map lots of the tanks are heading into the river, into the Sand River. In the middle, panzerquack slightly misjudges the sand dune there, and he looks like he's going to have to go up a long way. I don't think he's going to make that little climb. A few enemy tanks spotted in the middle. He hasn't been spotted yet. He is in a position where he could spot out the enemy base. He spots the T49 at Tier 9, but he does get lit in the process. Edelweiss looks like he's kicking back there, camping like a great little anime tank that he might be. Camping like an absolute champion at Tier 8. Back at the base, Arty Defender, have a look at him. The Edelweiss, the new Valkyria Chronicles tank. Anyway, 0-1's the score. He's just spotted an IS-3, another tank which hasn't gone too far from the cap circle. He takes a shot but doesn't land it, and then fires clutch towards the T49 before the T49 shoots back at panzerquack in his LTTB, but of course the T49 not known for its accuracy. The shot goes considerably a little bit high. Anyway, he's trying to spot for his team. He's lit up the Edelweiss, the IS-3, and that T49, which looks like he's running around at the back of the Sand River, picking up some spot. You can get the spotting damage then on the IS-3, so the tank who shot him, probably the VK, one of the VKs, must have been able to see the tank all for himself. His team's down 2-1 now as the IS-3 gets taken out by the VK 3502B. That's a tank that I'm currently working on to get towards the new Panzer Kampfwagen 7. panzerquack spots the Death Star, the FE215B 183 British Tier 10 tank destroyer, the one with a massive gun. Now that massive gun on that British tank destroyer could send panzerquack from GameCon back to the garage with one swift shot. So he gets the hell out of Dodge. There's enough tanks with enough vision. When you look back to where those tanks are, the T44 and the baby Batchat, the Batchat 25 TAP TAP and the T54, they've got just about as much vision as panzerquack from GameCon. In his LTTB, he nearly rolls his tank. You gotta love the new physics. People, as usual, people calling each other noob on the Asian server in this battle. panzerquack not stuffing around, getting back there to the base. He can obviously have one eye on the minimap. You can see the Indian Panzer, Centurion 7-1, T44 and an E100 and STB-1 have stormed the north in true YOLO style by the looks of it. Not really, because the Charioteer, who's now dead on panzerquack's team, that was the only tank that was contesting the north, and he had no chance against all these red tanks here. 1-3's the score. panzerquack kicking back here, looking for a few cheeky snipey shots. He's already picked up 1,001 hit points of assisted damage through his vision, and looking to get a few snipey shots off with his 85mm gun. Of course, that 85mm pew pew gun isn't going to really set the world on fire, but he needs to keep his gun in this game. In a matchup like this against Tier 10 vehicles, when you're a little Tier 8 tank with, look, it's a pretty good tank, I'm told. It was very good at Tier 7. I'm not sure what it's like at Tier 8. Gets a shot into the STB-1, but gets spotted. Not sure what it's like at Tier 8. It looks pretty fun. It looks like a cross between a T-34, 85, and T-44, I guess. It's slim. 1-5 the score. His team is absolutely copping a flogging. He lines up the Jag Panzer, but I don't know if he should waste his time. I mean, it's going to be, by the time he aims, it's probably not even going to penetrate. The Jag Tiger does have a pretty decent amount of armour for a Tier 9 tank destroyer, but he's continuing to look towards that STB-1. No idea where that shell went. If I doesn't get spotted that time by the looks of it, I think it was the Lorraine 40T who was spotting him before. Lorraine 40T was not too far from that Emil 2. Jag Panzer E100 kills the enemy E100, a good tank to get rid of, good to get rid of a Tier 10, and they're back in this game, 4-5, they were down by about 4 tanks just a few minutes ago. Panzerquack looking at trying to get angle on the T49 and possibly that STB-1, but the STB-1 making himself not too easy a target. He can see the IS-7 and the Emil 2 encroaching in on the Indian Panzer. The Emil 2 pulling back, possibly on a reload. So it's time to try and provide some distraction for the IS-7 and get that gun chipping away at the Indian Panzer. Good map awareness. He does get shot once by the STB-1, so he dives into where the Indian Panzer was. If you want to get shot by somebody, you don't want it to be the STB-1. You'd rather it be the Indian Panzer at Tier 8. 7-6 the score now. After that little parlay, the Panzerquack's team have clawed it back. Remember, they were down 4 tanks not too long ago. Now looking towards that STB-1. Looking for a gap in the buildings that's not going to present itself. The T-54 goes down on the other side of the map. But the LTTB with Panzerquack from GameCon trying to get some shots on this STB-1, who looks like he might be all alone there. Gets him for 164 health. Aiming again, wants to be careful. He doesn't want to get shot too many times by the Tier 10 Japanese medium tank. Does have quite an accurate gun and very high DPM from memory. Looking around, there's sort of nothing to shoot through there. All those buildings are going to block shots. Looks like the IS-7 is contesting the STB-1, and again, Panzerquack from GameCon doing the right thing, supporting the IS-7 and trying to create some distraction and try and maybe make that STB-1 get a little bit flustered. Looks like the STB-1 is chipping away, trying to chip away at the IS-7 and ignoring Panzerquack. So Panzerquack picks up his second kill, evens the score up again at 8 apiece on Sand River. Bit of map pinging going on. The T-44 pinging the south where the Edelweiss was last spotted, and of course that Leopard. We can't see the health of that Leopard, the Tier 10 German medium tank. We can't see what kind of health he's on. Of course, Leopard not known for a tank that likes to brawl, is more of a opportunistic, snipey, maximise your DPM type tank. But Panzerquack in the LTTB, he might not have the biggest gun in the game, but he's got 2 kills, which is equivalent to nobody's got more kills than him. And he puts a nice shot for 209 hit points of damage into the T49. Gets spotted, but he knows he can get another shot off before the T49 has a chance to aim. And lucky enough, he sets the T49 on fire at Tier 9 and picks up kill number 3. Only one other tank, the Jag Panzer E100, has 3 kills, so he's certainly doing his job in this Tier 10 battle. He's on 2,059 hit points of damage, 1,000 assisted. All the enemy tanks have been spotted, and they've all been spotted in this southeast corner. So he's going forward. Looks like he's going to come around towards the central northern part of the map, or northeastern part of the map, to try and regain that vision advantage on the enemy team. It's 10, 5 versus 5. Panzerquack just gets spotted, maybe by the Jag Tiger, but zooms out for a bit of a better look. Wants to keep that big mound of sand between him and the Tier 9 German tank destroyer. The Jag Panzer E100 pinging for help. Looks like he's engaging. Is it the Jag? It's not the Jag Tiger. What is it? What's he fighting there? It's a heavy tank. Oh, sorry about that. We missed his 4th kill. He picks up the kill on the FV215B183. Oh, it was the STI. Of course, the STI was there, the big Tier 9 heavily armoured Russian heavy tank. That's who got killed in that little skirmish by the Jag Panzer E100. Jag Panzer E100 also on 4 kills along with Panzerquack. But the Jag Panzer is lucky enough to have armour and a pretty big heavy German gun on his side. But not Panzerquack. He's in the lightly armoured Tier 8 light tank, the LTTB from Russia. He's on 4 kills, 2,152 hit points of damage, 1,370 assisted damage. He's just spotted that Jag Panther. He wants to make sure nobody can shoot him because he's only on 622 hit points. The Jag Tiger gets killed, and that opens up the gate for panzerquack from Calmplan to move forward. Maintain vision on these enemy tanks. He'll be firmly looking towards that Edelweiss on 291 hit points. 2 shots should be enough if he can do it to pick up his 5th kill. He wants to keep up with that Jagpan 3100 who's on 5 kills, and he'll certainly be searching for a top gun. Looking around, 2 enemy tanks remaining at tier 8, the Edelweiss and the Jag Panther 2, and panzerquack with his tier 8 light tank. He certainly has the gun to penetrate and damage these 2 tanks. He doesn't want to take too much damage. He's on more than double the hit points of the Edelweiss, and of course that Jag Tiger, Jag Panther 2 is on pretty low health now as well. 291 hit points to the Edelweiss. 1310 is the score, and panzerquack having an absolute ripper. The Leopard 1 finally gets a kill, getting rid of the Jag Panther 2 at tier 8, and panzerquack auto aims at the Edelweiss, pulls back, waits for his chance, but the Rev steals the kill. But panzerquack ends up with a pretty handy game on Sand River after being down by, I don't know, 4 tanks, possibly 5 tanks. After being down by 4 or 5 tanks, they managed to claw that one back, which was a pretty good achievement on Sand River. Looking at the post-game battle results, it's an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge for panzerquack from Calm Clan, the Bruiser Spotter Medal for all that assisted damage, Arsonist for setting the T-49 on fire, Duelist Fighter 5 for effect, and their All-X Medal for killing 2 or more enemy tanks or tank destroyers in one game in a light tank that are of higher tier. Of course, he was bottom tier in that game at tier 8. The tier 10 battle, that's why he got the bonus experience, 1,272 base experience for his 4 kills, 2,309 hit points of damage. He fired 26 shots, only 15 hit, but it's not known for its accuracy. 13 went through, and 1,379 assisted damage contributed to that ace tanker. There were a few donuts down there in the bottom, but panzerquack, and of course, let's be honest, that Jagpan 3100 had a ripper of a game, 7,298 damage, but of course at tier 10 he doesn't get the bonus XP that panzerquack got at tier 8. Made a few credits. I don't think he used any premium ammunition. He had an absolute ripper of a game. As we move into this second replay in this double shot of light tank action, this time at tier 9, featuring the old mate Ravi18 from 1AR Clan, and he entitles this replay on the World of Tanks website as Are You Serious? Let's have a look at this. Light tanks no longer get the detrimental matchmaking that they used to get, and in this replay Ravi18 is in the, this is from patch 19.1, 9.19.1, so he gets a good matchmaking for a light tank, and he's in an absolute ripper of a lineup. 3 tier 9 tanks on each team, 2 light tanks and 1 big American tank destroyer on each team, and Ravi wants to make the most of this German gun. The German gun is a 90mm gun, 240 average damage, 215 penetration, 250 penetration for heat rounds, which is premium ammunition. Looking for a cheeky shot onto the AMX 1390 auto-loading French light tank, and it looks like everyone's trying to boost here, and this is, have a look at this, they're all trying to boost up there. An AMX 1390 and an A44. Ravi's saying, I'm not stuffing around with this, I'm just going to carry the shit out of this game on Fjords. Minor sneezing fit there by everybody's favourite commentator, stewiejp at GeTONBOARDSTEWIEJP. Are you serious? Ravi18 in the RU251 tier 9 German light tank. He's on Fjords, and he spotted an opportunity there. There's a T43 at tier 7, accompanied by the tier 7 German heavy tank, the Tiger 1. He didn't know that the Tiger 1 was there, he just gets lit. Now there's a Tiger P there. Looks like it's a tier 7 extravaganza up in the northeast corner of Live Oaks, and Ravi will say, no worries, while you two try and chip away at the FCM tier 8 premium French heavy tank, the first premium French heavy tank. I'm going to farm a bit of damage into these tier 7s. Looks like artillery's hit them and stunned. The FCM picks up the kill, and Ravi's saying, no problems, hold my beer, I got this. I'm going to chip away at this this other light tank there. Damages and keeps him tracked. It's a very good habit to get into if you're driving a light tank. Keeping them tracked, even though the FCM can spot this tank all by himself, because Ravi is tracking the Tier 7 German heavy tanks and Tiger, he continues to get assisted damage. Up to 400 assisted damage, and of course he's been using this quick firing gun to rip apart these enemy tanks. At Tier 7, the T-43, he does get a shot into Ravi, but he's now down to a one shot, and the M12 picks up the kill. You can see the A44's turn blue in that boosting position there, and I'm tipping that's because both the A44 and the 1390, they're both fighting over the one position, maybe shooting each other, maybe let's just see what happens here. I'd really like to see one of them kill the other one. Let's just see. Who knows? His gun's aiming downward. He might have copped the ban for that one, the A44. Doesn't look like his gun's moving. Normally you see something pretty groovy in the chat. Back to Ravi's point of view now. The score's 6-2. Ravi's on 2,500 damage, plus a little bit of assisted damage. Looking for some cheeky shots into this pat. The FCM, who he was platooning with, playing with earlier, comes to join the party. Ravi picks up the kill. That 1390 who was fighting with the A44 over that boosty position kills the Tier 7 Russian medium tank. And let's hope his platoon mate doesn't try and get revenge. 8-5's the score. It's not over yet. They're only up by 3 tanks. Ravi chipping away at the Saint Emil, another Tier 7 German tank. He's just farming damage now. This is what Tier 9 light tanks are all about. You get yourself into a good position, find out where these enemy tanks are. Enemy AMX 1390 has been... The enemy AMX 1390, you can see on the minimap, he's down here, down where the artillery and the TDs are. Ravi picks up his third kill, getting rid of yet another Tier 7 tank, the T-29. He's on 3,652 damage. And are you serious? Are you serious indeed? The Hawk is camping like a bitch as well. I've no idea. Anybody who knows me knows I don't run XVM or any of that crap. Maybe they didn't like their chances to win and they just wanted to sit back and try and snipe a bit. Now that does not work. Doing what Ravi's doing, that's what works in a light tank. Get in there, get the gun shooting. By all means, keep some cover, keep vision for your team, but don't sit back and snipe like a bitch behind artillery. That is an absolute dog move in my opinion. 13-6 is the score. The Hawk 12 looks like being Ravi's next target. No, just get rid of this 1390 first. He's an auto loader, and that's a wrap. 4 kills for RV18 from 1AR clan, and an absolute rip-up of a game on Live Oaks. And with that battle, he's picked up his first marks of excellence in the Sparpanzer. Are you serious? 251, the German Tier 9 light tank, the one that leads to the new Tier 10 light tank. Of course, the RU251 used to be Tier 8, but Ravi seems to be enjoying it at Tier 9. He's got himself an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge for that little performance. The Bruiser, Fired Up, 5 for effect, the High Caliber for doing at least 20% of the damage. Have a look at all those tanks that he spotted, damaged, destroyed, had a hand in getting rid of. He well and truly carried that one. 4,358 hit points of damage, 4 kills, 1299 base experience. That's a base experience score without a daily double or a premium account. That's the base score. 25 shots fired, 21 hit, 19 went through, 4,358 damage, 1538 assisted damage. Ace Tanker, thank you very much. New Dawn from GVND clan, well done for going blue in that really shit position in your shit Tier 7. That was ridiculous what was going on up there with the 1390. The 1390 didn't do too much more either. He only got 2 shots away by the looks of it. It says here that 5 shots penetrated. I reckon 3 of them were into the A44. But let's not detract from Ravi 18's brilliant performance on Fjords in the RU Sirius 251. Nearly 50,000 credits after tax with a premium account. That's without any boosters, and also not firing any gold, I don't think. I think he was firing standard ammunition all the way. So there you go, 2 very different and very entertaining light tank battles. The Tier 8 Russian LTTB and of course the Tier 9 German RU Sirius 251. Thanks for the replays, lads. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care and see you all next time.